The purpose of using the structured lesson plan the way we do is so that every student gets a variety of instructional methods. The reason why we use the structured lesson plan the way we do is so that each student receives the information using a variety of instructional methods, as well as gets to practice the information and sort of synthesize the information based on a variety of intelligences or strengths, what have you. We always structure the lessons the same way. We start with what we call an intro or a set. It's some way that we introduce the lesson in a way that's fun and engaging and gets students bought in. The lesson that we did today is on taxes, which is pretty much the most boring subject in the world, I think you would all agree. And so we started off with a really fun activity to help them get engaged about. So we started off with this activity, Tasks to Earn Chocolate, where the students complete tasks or jobs to earn wages. In this case, it's right before Halloween, so they earn their wages in chocolate. All of these tasks relate to skills that we're practicing in other lessons or in other areas of the program. Jumping jacks relate to physical fitness, high fives relate to appropriate greetings, subtraction problems obviously relate to math competencies. I made them give me a compliment, which, yes, is self-serving, but also allows them to practice social niceties. Sit quietly for 2 minutes. We're talking all the time about self-control and being able to be in control of your behavior when you need to be. I even asked them to act like a giraffe for, for 20 seconds, which is a little silly, but it relates to this idea that sometimes when you're at a job, you're asked to do tasks that don't make sense to you or that you don't want to do because you'll feel silly or you don't know how to do it, and you just have to do it in order to earn your wage. So at the end of the activity, once they earn their wage, I tax them on it. I take back some of the chocolate that they just earned, explain to them that that chocolate is owed to me as a result of the services that I perform for them on a daily basis, just like our government does for us, and then they spend the rest of their chocolate on expenses. That's the activity that we use to sort of engage them, grab their attention, sort of hook them into the idea that maybe taxes could be fun. From there we go to our direct instruction, which is a generally 9-minute period of time where I just lay out the information. So this is probably the least engaging part of the lesson. Today we used a PowerPoint. It's actually from the IRS called Understanding Taxes. It breaks down the different levels of taxes, how the levels of government get money through what sort of taxes, and then what they use that tax money for. So as you can see, it's just a pretty standard PowerPoint. And I found that the students are much more likely to be engaged to listen to this if they're already bought in with that introductory activity, and or if they've used up some of their energy doing an activity that's more engaging. After we do the direct instruction, which is my time to just lay out the information, we do a section on guided practice, which is where we can all come together and we can practice and synthesize and process the information together. So for our activity today, we did an urban planning game online where each student was able to pick what we were going to add to this hypothetical urban setting and watch as the money in our budget went down. All of these things obviously being paid for by taxes, to help them understand that all of these various items are paid for by tax money, as well as giving them an opportunity to discuss what happens when you need certain things in your community and there's not enough money for it, how that impacts taxes, which is obviously that they raise them.